What's up, Radamus? Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by again. We are trying to figure out what we're going to do today. I'm playing King Tomato Head pretty soon, if he responds in the next few minutes. And then we'll see what else we'll do from there. We might try out this new Battle Royale team, which is still super depressing. Oh man. Hey, Schwarber's boosted. Mazzara's boosted. Bregman's down. I'm not looking how that team looked, but we might try it out. We'll see what happens if King Tomato comes back in the next few minutes. We did have a new... What is this? Starter program missions? See, my computer's still not working, so I can't go on and see what happened today. Just some changes here. If Stan's playing right field, where is Judge playing? Oh, he's injured. Never mind. Just transactions today. Some of these Player of the Month cards are pretty nice. But what is the starter program missions? Are they in here? I don't know. But that Carpenter card looks pretty nice. I don't know if you've seen it. That's pretty usable at second base. Like, the defense isn't good at all, but I mean, 101 power for a guy that can play second base, not bad. And then 93 against lefties. Like, he's so good against lefties too. And Carpenter has a fantastic swing. Man, I used his gold card and then he went silver or something a couple years ago. That guy would hit everything. Love this card. He hasn't responded yet. But ranked seasons right now. Cool. Let me know how that goes. Bad team, that's okay. You just crush him, move on, play the next guy. Marco Gonzalez, he's pretty good. Cutter, sinker, fastball, and then the changeup curveball as well, but pretty good. Offer friendly quit? No. If he asks for a friendly quit, then you should grant it. But if you think like he's way below you in rank and you're only going to get like maximum of +5, then maybe. But it's not necessary, I think. Alright, let's jump into a Battle Royale game. Because I did tell him 3 o'clock Central Time. So there's still 15 minutes. Don't care about ranks. The goal is to have fun. Yeah, I mean, if it's fun, it's fun. That's the point of video games. For me, it's a way to keep competitive when I haven't been playing like real sports recently. Because I used to play pickup basketball a lot, like a few times a week, but I haven't been. So I need something to keep me really competitive, which this game does. Man, I look so much better in the natural light. I look really dead usually when like you can really see my dark circles when we do nighttime streams, but I think it looks a lot better right now. I should do morning streams just for that purpose. Edwin Diaz, yeah, so we got these closers in here today. Blake Trinan. Who can we start off with? We could start off with Diaz. Let's go Trinan. We're gonna go Trinan. No, I got you. If it's not fun, then it's not fun. Whoa. There's a pitch. Ernie Banks with the long legs. How tall is Ernie Banks? Oh boy. That was bad. He's out. He's got more contact but less power against lefties, so he's not quite as dangerous. All right. What happened today? Ball. Oh, don't know what I'm doing. Second deck with Chris Davis. And they called it a double. Oh, 2016, yep. That happened to me in Astros ballpark, I believe. I think it was in 2016. It might have been 2017, but I'm pretty sure it was 2016. That happened to me as well. There's just like random spots in random ballparks where just random garbage happens. Welcome back. I'm playing a BR game, and then we can play right after that. So hopefully in the next like 5-10 minutes, unless this game goes to extras, that would suck. Boy, I don't know what I'm doing today. I lost 2 games this morning as well. Actually, just one. I lost one last night and I lost one this morning. Trevor Hoffman sucks. He's officially no longer my closer. I can no longer bring him in ever for a save situation. I think I'm just gonna go with Lee Smith for now. I might invest, put some money into a closer, but I think it's got to be Lee Smith. His ERA for me is like 161, and most of that is online. Not all of it, but most of it. But yeah, I've been saying that Hoffman gives up a home run every time he comes up, and so far it's still holding true. He gave up a game-tying home run, 2-run home run in the 9th, tied it up 5-5, and then he hit a walk-off with Ken Griffey Jr. against, it actually might have been Lee Smith. No, it was actually a lefty. It was against Zach Britton. Yeah, like his I think his silver card, whichever one that is, was pretty good for me. But somehow I always hang his fastball down the middle. I just can't control it. He's probably gonna come in because pitching the 8th and pitching the 9th is completely different. So it's not like I don't want to use him. I just don't know if I want to use him as my closer, because people in the 8th inning, they're not as patient as they are in the 9th inning, and I don't know. People they just play better in the 9th. That's just how baseball is, and I don't know. I feel like I can just do better with a different pitcher. What am I doing? Switch to meter pitching. Alright. We're gonna see how that goes. It takes a little while. Takes a little while to get used to. But I think if you were using default, you said, over time it's gonna be better for you, I believe. Depending on what your skill ceiling is, which you're never gonna know until you do that, right? So that's good. Ooh, that lag. Haven't seen that one. Oh. This guy's throwing junk and I keep swinging. Who's this pitcher? It's like Pat Nashek from the right side, left side. What's up, Flatwoods? How's it going? Welcome back. Congrats on being the first mod of DudeFood Gaming. I don't think you've been here, or we haven't seen each other in stream for a little while, so now we can make it official. Pat Nashek is hard to hit against. I've been doing well against him this year for some reason, but previously, yeah, he's very tough. This guy I was playing yesterday brought in Necro in the second inning, and I beat him 4-2, I believe, in extras. But every time I face Necro, I smack him around, but I never get results from it. I don't think I was playing him on stream. It was after the stream, but I was hitting line drives against Necro the whole time, and then like 0 hits. Oh, it was a bad pitch. Hung it. Trinan is not good. I've seen other people use him on streams. I've never seen anyone do well with him. Hit speed was 101, or 110. So you got every single bit of that pitch. Caleb Ferguson was untouchable yesterday. We used him in our run, which did not end well, but Ferguson was pretty decent, so I brought him back for the second run. We've got 2 diamonds in the bullpen. Lewis Brinson hitting that pitch. Wow. Roster update today, yeah. They just had transactions, so nobody got big boosts or anything, or any kind of boosts, just transactions. But the Player of the Month cards are pretty nice. Dozier, yeah. Who was saying Dozier? Was it King Tomato? Someone else was in here. New animations and new broadcast. Yeah, that was the patch from a couple days ago. So far I haven't seen anything new in Diamond Dynasty except I saw an animation. I had an animation with a catcher. Mike Piazza was batting and Mike Piazza was also catching, and my Piazza after his Piazza hit a small dribbler in front of the plate, my Piazza jumped on it like immediately and tagged him. So the ball was sitting a few feet in front of the plate. He grabs the ball and then runs over and tags him real quick. So that was pretty cool. He's got a pitcher, hitter pitching, so he does not respect me at all. No, yeah, they haven't upgraded anything, so maybe next week. Yeah, the new Matt Carpenter card, Player of the Month. He is a first baseman. I checked that swing. He's a first baseman, but he does have second base as a secondary. So he, for some people, could be an endgame second baseman. He's got 100 and something power, like 101 power against righties. And he's like 85 against lefties or something, or 90 something. So he's good against both. And his swing is amazing. I don't know if I've used him this year, but in the past his swing has always been broken and just absolutely crushes pitches. Come on, get up. Oh, that guy's running, so that means it's got to be gone. What? How did you get so much hang time? Did you guys see that? Tapia, is he? I think he's got a minus. Kenny Fargas. Okay. If he gets on base, then I can use Tapia. I have a few pinch runners on my bench, but not much else. Oh man. Okay. Could have tied the game right there. I guess this is why you don't have bronzes in your bullpen as your closer. I forget what pitches he has. 2-seam slider, 4-seam changeup. Alright, so he's gone slider and he's gone slider. I could look changeup, but I gotta look fastball, I think. And he threw another slider. I think 2-1 I have to look fastball. I wasn't necessarily sure that I would get it, but it was just that if I did get it, I needed to crush it. Alright, full count. Alright. Tie run on base. I think I have to pinch run. I got too much speed on the bench not to use it. It's risky, but we're gonna have to do it. I got lowered all the way to 356 because of the tough blocks. That sucks. Is this Billy Wagner? Is the Player of the Month worth it? I haven't really looked into the values, like the subtotals for each of the cards that are required for Player of the Month. Matt Carpenter as a card is great. You guys have probably heard me talk about how I like having a second baseman with a good arm because of the range of the second baseman in this game. So for me, I would not like to use him because of that defense. Drop. Nope. That's the first thing. I wouldn't like him because of his defense. If you want to use him at second base, like, it's pretty good as a hitter. Like, there's not many second basemen that are better than that. But if you have a created player, that's going to be the optimal choice for second base. Matt Carpenter can play first base, but at the same time, first base was pretty loaded. And, yeah, he costs a lot. So is he worth it? I would say no. He's not worth it. But is he usable and is he a good card? Yeah. And we continue to suck at Battle Royale. That guy was like a 37 bronze. Not having a good last few games, but King Tomato Head, that's good for you because maybe you can win a game now. Hitting Chris Davis, who has 100 power against lefty. Oh yeah, you're talking about that. Um, get whose card from whose program? Oh, the Matt Carpenter card, the gold card. I keep leaving on guest pitch, which I want to turn off. Okay. I haven't looked at that card because I haven't done any of the second base programs, but I have a hard time believing that his offense is going to be good enough to play at second base. I'm pretty sure he's only good against right-handed pitching with that card. This new card, the Diamond, is good against righties and lefties, which is the good part. So he's actually like he's definitely a usable hitter for sure in ranked seasons. I just don't know if his defense plays as a second baseman. I don't know if he's good enough at first base compared to like Stargell or somebody like that. And then he also costs a lot. So okay, well I'll have to take a look. But as a gold card, I kind of doubt. Maybe it's just his defense that's the problem. Defense is silver. I think the new one has bronze defense. Going to play king? Yep, playing him right now. Let's see what you've got. Alright, hold on. Last time I did this, it didn't end up being overcast, so I'm going to put it to October, and hopefully it starts out at nighttime. Because we got some wacky shadows when I tried to do that last time. You bum. Who's in your rotation? Alright, I'll just let you do it. Make it quick. No, that's fine. I've done that in ranked seasons before too, so I ended up playing bronze Bob Gibson, and he ended up being my starter. And the guy didn't accept my friendly quit, so that kind of sucked. Alright. How does it feel to not have school? I don't know. So school finished on Friday, right? Last Friday, and then because our professors they made us do a lot of busy work at the beginning of the semester, so we only had 3 weeks to do our project, and then because of that, we also had a final report to do, which they made due last night, even though the class ended a week ago. So I've been doing that up until yesterday. So, today's my first full real day off. I've been moving into this place all week. Yeah, I've been doing that project. So I'm barely started my day off now. My weeks. 2 weeks. And I'll be here with you guys the whole time. I'm going to be gone this weekend, but it's feeling good so far. Relaxed. Get to invest some time with my boys. There we go. Nighttime. October baseball. I was dealing with this Matt Latos card last night. I was dotting corners with his fastball and just having perfect release after perfect release. It was so nice. I need a haircut this weekend. Yeah, I love this card. This Matt Latos is amazing. I went back to check how Mike Piazza was doing for me, and I've been having good swings. Like, every out with him is basically a line out, but fortunately they are lineouts, right? So I don't get on base, and my batting average against righties now has dropped all the way to 225, and he's hitting like 370 against lefties. Trying to check swing. That's okay. Who's pitching? Severino? Yeah. Filthy. Latos. He was good for about 2 weeks with the White Sox, and then he fell apart. Then he got DFA'd. Yeah, I didn't even move my PCI on that. And he just grounded over it. There we go. Yeah, so when you're doing meter pitching, I don't know if you saw the intro to meter pitching video, but my 3 tips were: first, use minimal effectiveness if you're trying to hit a location pitch. That also reduces your stamina usage, so it makes you last longer in the game. And then when you're trying to hit the yellow bar, don't watch your... So right, it goes all the way up first, and then it hits the end of it, and then it comes back and you hit the yellow bar around here, right? So don't watch your indicator go all the way to the end. You should know how far it's going to go, just release it, but then just stare at the yellow line, or like right in front of the yellow line, and just keep staring at it as this thing is moving. Don't look at this, just stare at the yellow line, and then time it up so that every time when the bar's coming back, you should be able to time it up properly, if that makes sense. Just stare at the yellow line or a little bit above it, and that helps me be more consistent with trying to hit the yellow. Sometimes I get into a bad habit of watching the bar, like trying to see how much effectiveness I want to throw it, and that makes it a little bit worse for me. I do use the PCI. I just don't use a visual PCI. So I use zone, but I don't use like the big circle that most people use. But I still have to aim where I think the pitch is going in the strike zone from the hitting side. I thought that ball was gone with Frank Thomas. What settings do you need? Zone, PCI off. I think those are the only 2. There's a swing. What's he hitting now? 251. This boy needs to move down to the 8 spot. Early again. Yeah, maybe you should go back to default just for this game. Because meter, like, it's gonna take a little while to get used to. Pure analog, of course, is the move for most people. But default's gonna hold you back, I think. I would say that, like, you shouldn't be using meter or anything like that in ranked seasons right now. Just use what you're comfortable with. Put some time into, if you're grinding for like some pitcher, use meter at that time. You'll have enough practice there. Alright, for sure, man. Thanks for stopping by Flatwoods. I will see you hopefully next week. I'm going to start doing streams earlier in the day, not those 9 p.m. streams, because these walls are kind of thin. So probably do it a little bit earlier, and hopefully we'll see you at some point. Okay, so if you're in, let's see, settings, options, hitting, the first one that's up there, hitting interface is zone. And then you go down 4 spots to plate coverage indicator, and I turn that off. And then my hitting view is strike zone, and that part doesn't really matter. I like the ball trail off. Pitching meter, classic on, pitch confidence on. This is my pitching view, by the way. Some people ask about the pitching view, and I always forget what it is, but it's called pitcher. So hopefully you got those. So I don't know if you've seen the PCI video, but basically, if you don't use the PCI, it's a little bit easier to take pitches and actually watch the ball, in my opinion. So that's what I like to do.
Oh, there it goes. In the air to left center, and you can forget about this one. Back-to-back home run.
I mean, that one's a down the middle. What happened on that one? Good timing pitch out of the zone. Shoot. Most likely his pitch, if what's it called? His confidence is down. Yeah, so his confidence is all the way down, which means it's going to be hard to both locate pitch where you want it, either in the zone or out of the zone. But yeah, stick with default when you're playing online for now, and try to practice outside of ranked or whatever. That'll help you, I think, before, because it can get frustrating when you're playing meter for the first time against actual people. So take it slow. Or if you want to try pure analog, I know most people prefer that one. How does the PCI thing work? What were you using before? Just timing or like directional? The PCI, basically you want to put your analog, so it might be really hard to do without the visual PCI right now, if you've never used zone before. But just let me know if you've used zone. Basically, wherever the strike zone is, your analog is gonna go in the direction that you're aiming. So it lets you have more control, because directional hitting, a lot of it's just like RNG based on statistics and ratings and stuff like that. Zone, it does have a lot of that component as well, but you get to control a lot of strikeouts especially. So it's it just gives you the most control, and in order to like reach your skill cap, for the most part you want to have as much as control as possible. Well, it's only the second inning, so I mean, perfect game isn't meaning much. Your game's finally over. That was a long one. How'd it go?
Oh, that's out. He might still be thrown off of that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good. That can hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
Count even at 2-2. You're down to 2-2.
I've been hitting pretty well with pitchers the last couple days. ended 7-3. I'm gonna assume you didn't win, just based off of your tone, I guess. Trying to separate yourself. Whoa, what? So maybe you did win. 2 home run and 17 Ks. I had a 3 home run game with Chipper, including an inside the Parker, and I still lost. Man, there's some better pitches. 17 strikeouts, that's crazy. Oh yeah, you were playing against the guy with the really bad team. I don't think DudeFood at second base has made any mistakes, even though he's a shortstop. So I'm wondering if it's even worth like grinding for the second base cap. I'm only like 2 or 3 guys into it, so I'm still at like silver created player. There's got to be some wind, I think. I don't think there's going to be a home run regardless, but the ball curved a lot more than I thought it would. Wind blowing in? Yeah, exactly. How has King been playing? First inning he he had a lot of meatballs. Since then, it's been a little bit better. Some better locations. Hitting is not there right now, but we'll see how that goes as the game progresses. To make them save for all your games, you have to go all the way back to the first menu. So like when you first load up the game, you go all the way to the right, you hit R1 until you get to the last screen, and then you go to user settings, and then you save it there, and then it should be applied to all of your games. But if you're playing like online, you don't get the option. Like if you're playing offline, sometimes in previous years, I don't know if it still does, but you would get back to like the home screen, and then it would say your settings have been changed. Would you like to save it as a new like user or something? And you could save it from there. But I don't think that they definitely don't give you that option after an online game. So you'll have to go back to the original screen. $18 pitches, 17 strikes, 1 ball. Definitely got to take some more pitches. Because you have to have an advantage in some way. Talked about this a little bit. There you go, taking a pitch. I talked about this in a different setting before, where you have to have an advantage somewhere and you have to create it for yourself. There you go. That's all you got to do. So if you saw that thing where it said 17 strikes, 1 ball, and maybe you had scored 4 runs, right? So even though you saw a lot of strikes and swung at a lot of strikes, you still got results from it. But when you don't have the results and you have not the optimal game plan, then you got to shift, which is what he did. So he took 2 balls with Trey Turner, he got a 2-0 count, and then he hit the fastball. It wasn't a great swing, but like it forced me to come at him because I can't walk Trey Turner, right? Like if I walk Trey Turner, he's going to steal second base like he did, and he's going to steal third. So he knows he has the advantage at that point. So things like that. Being aware of what I'm pitching, what the situation is, how aggressive you have been over the span of the game, it's going to show you how you get your advantage. I think I'm starting to hit better with Piazza now. Off the end of the bat. I think Piazza is one of those guys where you kind of have to bail out on the inside pitch in order to hit it. Certain people can hit, they have a nice swing, so if you're trying to go opposite field or pull the ball, you're going to be able to do it with a split second of adjustment. But some people like Piazza, I think you have to either be looking to hit something inside or you have to be looking to hit it outside and opposite field. Because Piazza does hit a lot of home runs to like left center, so he does have big power. It's just a matter of being able to be all in on a pitch. PCI thing is hard. Yeah, that takes a lot of time. I mean, if you are trying to get good at it, PCI is, as most people will say, the best way to play. So if you check out the practice video I made, honestly, all it'll take you is like half an hour a day for a couple of weeks. It's just a matter of targeting your practice. Like if you try to use the PCI starting in like a game, even if it's a friendly against someone who's generally at the top of the leaderboard, it's gonna feel really hard. But if you start slow, go from home run derby to batting practice to challenge of the week, eventually you're gonna start improving pretty quick.
I got to count 2 and 2. You can really tell about how effective this guy's.
Oh, okay. That was the question I was asking before, but I don't think I saw the answer. So yeah, if you've used zone before, then that's fine. Invisible PCI is not for everybody. Some people, that's another thing about the advantage that I'll talk about in a second, but for some people, as soon as they take off the PCI, they're like, wow, I can really see the baseball. This makes me a lot more comfortable. It's still hard for them to place the PCI at the time. But at the very least, they see like immediately what the benefit is, right? Doesn't make it easy, but it feels okay for them. Tried for a couple games.
Counts 1 and 0.
Yeah, exactly. If you've already got that advantage, it's not worth switching to it. That's why I don't even bring it up for a lot of people. Nice pitch. I don't bring it up for a lot of people because they don't need it. But if you are impatient and you're bad at placing the PCI, I would recommend it. The game hates you. Hey, you've been playing decent since the first inning. After the first inning, I mean. Just took you a minute to warm up. A dive catch. So you're not planning on selling this Jose Ramirez, huh?
Makes the turn at third. He wants it all. No, he'll put on the brakes and head back to third.
With the wedge PCI over reticle. Yeah. Wedge seems to be the move for a lot of people. That's true. King Tomato Head, I don't know if you've tried the different PCIs, but I've seen a lot of people do really well with wedge, especially with a dot in the middle and then some open space. The other one could be your camera angle. Strike zone is usually the best. Although with the new strike zones that they've come out with this year, a lot of people have liked strike zone 2 as well. You can see the plate a lot better. So you only use wedge. And what was your camera? Strike zone? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you just have to practice. I mean, plate discipline is going to be a big thing for you, but even before you get to that point, definitely check out the practice video if you haven't, because I think that's going to be the main thing for you. Just putting the bat on the ball. Because plate discipline is great when you get up to like 700, 800, but up until that point, all you have to really do is just swing at everything. And is that going to curve foul? No, okay. Honestly, if you swing at everything through like 700, 600 at least, if you have superior PCI placement, you're going to win. Yeah, it's probably time for a new pitcher. Charge the mound. Let's see what Piazza can do. I think you're overthrowing your pitches. Maybe. Try to use minimal effectiveness for now. I don't think that was a bad pitch. No, that's an okay pitch. Don't worry about that one. That's just, I was looking for that pitch. But most people are probably not going to hit that one. Oh, you turned off meter. Okay. So, yeah, so when you start using meter and getting comfortable with it, or using, what's it called? Pure analog, eventually that will stop happening to you. It's just a matter of pitch confidence, I think. Yeah, pitch confidence matters a lot too. Once you give up a home run or a base hit right after that, like your slurve has low confidence. Right now your knuckle curve has confidence though, as well as your cutter has half confidence. So those two are going to be the easiest to locate. Sometimes what you can do is you take a look at what your pitch confidence is, and you use the ones that you're confident in. Like the blue bar is the most full, blue circle around the pitch is the most full. And if it's not, what am I trying to say? If it is full, or pretty full, you use that pitch to get ahead in the count and try to locate a pitch early on. And then when you're trying to waste someone, like with 2 strikes, or any time you think the guy's going to chase, that's when you try to throw that pitch out of the zone. And then, of course, throw your low effectiveness pitches against, or low confidence pitches against the pitcher. Because you can go from a 0 confidence to like half confidence just by throwing 3 of them to the pitcher. By the way, today's stream is going to be a short one. We're going to stop at 5 Central Time. So we got about an hour and a half because I'm going to be leaving for the weekend. Good takes. So you've had good at-bats with Trey Turner. If you can turn that into good at-bats for the rest of your squad as well, that's going to help. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention to how often I've thrown pitches out of the zone early on. So maybe it's just that I've been attacking the rest of the hitters. Yeah, against most second basemen, that's going to be a base hit. So just hitting it on the ground with Trey Turner is going to be fine. That's another reason why I like that second baseman with an arm. Good game. Mike Piazza doing work. Oh man, I forgot to go look at. Forgot to look at the pitcher stuff. You're good, dude. What's your overall? You're 356 right now. Let me take a look at your game history. Wait. Friends list. Okay. That's not going to be helpful. .156 average, 279 ERA. Alright, so just keep doing what you're doing with pitching. You're going to be fine with your pitching. From the hitting side, the number one thing for you is going to be practice, because like I said, you can swing at everything and be at least a 500 player if you have enough skills like putting the PCI on the ball. So depending on what you're trying to do. Now let's say you practice and you don't get to the point that you want to get to. I would recommend changing to directional and just really focusing on plate discipline. Sorry if I was too far from the mic, but focusing on plate discipline for directional, because the more towards the center of the plate the ball is, the easier it's going to be able to hit. So that's only if you got through like the practice regimen I talk about and you still don't feel comfortable with it. But I have a feeling if you try the practice, because like I said, playing a ton of ranked seasons games and playing a ton of online games does not help your hitting at all. It can actually make it a lot worse. So there is some amount of practice that you'll have to put in. This goes for everybody, not just you. but some people don't realize that playing games doesn't make you a better hitter. So you do have to put some time into practice. It doesn't have to be a ton of time. It can be like 30 minutes. Start with home run derby. Make sure you're getting good at that first. Learn bat control. All the stuff I talk about in the video, so that'll make more sense. But then playing custom practice with hot fastballs. And then challenge of the week once you start getting comfortable with those two. Those are going to be the main things. I think you'll just have to target your practice for hitting first. If that doesn't work, try directional. Really focus on plate discipline, which I also have the video on. Because that's one thing where you don't have to have physical skills. Like, you don't even have to be good at tracking a baseball in or out of the zone. You just have to have a game plan, and you have to stick to it. So it's more about discipline for your game plan than it is about like knowing whether a pitch is going to be a ball or a strike. So that would be my tips. If anybody else in the chat would like to play, we can. Otherwise, I'm going to play ranked seasons. And King Tomato Head, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to take a second to reply to this message. Okay, cool. Sorry for the beatdown, but hopefully, because yeah, I just think that if you've already put in like 100 games, then you probably have enough time to practice a little bit, and it's gonna increase your skills way more. Take the dust out of my PS3. If I had an encoder and could actually play PS3 on stream, I might, but I don't. And actually, I sold 2016. That's the only game that I sold because it's the last PS3 MLB The Show. So it was like $15, and I was able to trade it in, which was surprising because like PS4 2016 is only like $4. But I would totally be down to play if that were available as an option. So what's new? It's Friday. That's good. Y'all get off work today? All the analog game online. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Online rated. What if I just get addicted to online rated games? Should I play with the White Sox? Who's got good control on this team? Nobody. We're going to play with the White Sox anyway. See, like, they have the settings. Like, you can put it as any, but it doesn't tell you what the settings are once you get into the game. King Tomato, you're so pissed. That's okay. I apologize. No guest pitch. Quick counts. We're going to turn that off as well. Should I leave it as any? Fine. And I'll change the analog settings when I get into the game so that it doesn't reset, or so that it resets when I finish the game. Kevin, this is for you. Last year when I played Let's see, is he good right now? No. Who needs to be in the lineup? Matt Davidson. Third base is Sanchez, Anderson, Delmonico, Engel. Can one of these guys play outfield? I'm just gonna put him out there. That's fine, I guess. No, not Kevin Giodi. Predictions for this challenge: I'm gonna win 12-5. Beesky Walker. Is it pronounced Skywalker? He's got 3 eyes in there. I'm gonna win 12-5. You guys put your predictions in the chat. I'm talking about Kevin, who joined our chat last week, and then he's like, I'm 96-4 or something like that, 94-6. I was like, I don't believe you. He's like, I play online rated, and then he goes on to, well, I started it by saying that online rated is boring, but then he just kept, I don't know, spamming the chat with his garbage. Alright, we're going pure analog, and we are going to go stride. Stride is so much fun. Is there a PCI on this or no? I don't think there is. And let's go Strike Zone 2, just for funsies. Pure analog. Alright, here we go. Oh, this guy has so much lag. Not a good start, boys. Online rated. Not a good start. What is this garbage? We got a note. That's one. Timing's been okay. Please get that ball. That was a bad route. This guy's level 6 bronze. There's a pitch. Still wasn't where I wanted it to be. I don't think there's ever going to be a chance that I go to pure analog for real. Again, it gives you the most control, but I've put way too much time in a meter for this to actually be worth it. Why is this guy playing the Tigers? This is a terrible matchup. The White Sox and the Tigers. Terrible teams.
No ball. One strike.
Man. Here comes the fun part. How is this swing? I can't see the feedback on right-handed hitters. Late stride? It didn't tell me where the stride was. Okay.
For back-to-back Ks to start the game. Strike three called. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Now I've got the timing all messed up. He did a double tap on his stride. Somehow that pitch was still late. This is why I don't like analog. It's because it's too... The swings are too long.
Yep, he's out.
Boo. I see. I might change that part at least. After a few innings if I don't like it. Make the catch. Oh boy. You know, I used to use this pure analog with stride when I started playing Diamond Dynasty back in 2013 or something like that. It was like the first year that they had Diamond Dynasty. I was playing online, pure analog, stride, and everything. And then I changed to buttons and then never looked back. Because it's just impossible to play online like this. And I think at the time you had to move the PCI and stride and swing. So it was really wild. That better be 2 outs. Why would you triple tap if there's 2 outs? You know he's gonna go home. I mean, if there's 1 out. So it seemed like even though I put it on late, I was trying to go straight up, but it located where I wanted it to be, so that was interesting. Could be worse. It could. But I'm trying to win this game. Oh man, we almost started our rally. Maybe I should just take pitches all game and rely on base runners. I had a dream that Omar Narvaez was in the home run derby. I don't know why. Getting closer.
That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's just a good pitch. Not much I can do about that. That was intentional. I'm just gonna say it's intentional. Alright, what we got here? So I do actually have to try to get the ball into that circle, but that's basically impossible.
Go ball, 1 strike.
Because I use analog fielding, this would mess me up so bad. Am I going to travel this weekend? No, I'm going back to my parents' house for a couple days. I have a dentist appointment and something else. My cousin's graduation party.
Leading off the inning, Matt Davidson.
And leading off for the White
Get
Sox,
something going here and even this
designated
game
hitter,
up.
Matt Davidson.
Wave and a miss, a kick behind a good fastball.
I'm either super early or super late. I just keep overcompensating on both ends.
Popped him up. Candelario over to his right.
Get foul. Wow. Took a right turn as soon as it hit the fence. That was a good swing.
Sends that one out of play for strike one.
We're probably going to go to flick by like the 6th inning or so.
And the 0-1. Another one fouled off.
Wait, in the 9th inning, am I allowed to go back to my regular settings? See if we can make a comeback.
Candelario moving to his right. So gets it. You're out.
It'll be embarrassing if I can't though. If I don't and I still lose. If I do and I still lose, that would be embarrassing.
333 hitter, 11 strikeouts on the stat sheet as well. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Fouled away.
I don't know if I'm still supposed to be moving the PCI.
And another foul ball.
Maybe not.
The 0-2 pitch. Skied into straightaway right.
That was a pretty good swing.
Castellanos.
We'll see how it goes. All right. Let me know. Let me know what you wanted. What I should do.
Nick Castellanos now. They'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth.
Right fielder, then Castellanos.
This one's down to third. Sanchez is there. Throw to first in time. One gone here in the fourth.
Now batting,
Now is the
designated hitter,
Victor Martinez.
Victor Martinez.
Runs 3 hits.
What even is this? I don't understand how people use this.
Pulled toward right center
Why?
field.
Oh, I was trying to line up the center of the baseball with the yellow. That's why I was late every time. Now I see that there's a little bar at the bottom of the baseball.
Scored his first time around. A swing and a high pop-up. Anderson is under it, and that retires the side.
It's kind of goofy. Why not just use a bar?
Leading off the inning,
Alright, well, he's got a perfect game going on.
Fourth inning,
going here.
second
Things not
baseman.
looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down
Drop.
by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do
Third
is
baseman,
try to come
number
from
5,
behind
That was a good swing.
in the 8th or 9th inning.
Sanchez.
I think my stride timing was probably off. They don't give you stride feedback either, which kind of sucks. You used to be able to get feedback for like how early you're striding and things like that. Did you see that swing? The bat was like straight, but then the ball shot that way somehow.
It's outs, and it's really easy to see why.
Get down.
100
Oh wow, good play, good play. Did you see how much he was shading over to right, left center as well?
Digging in the switch hitter, Nico Goodrum.
That shift got me.
Second baseman.
Hit down the third base line. And this is foul for the first strike. Wind up and the 0-1.
It was a good play.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And that's through for a base hit. Make it 1 for 2 in this one. So there'll be a man aboard here to start out their half of the fifth. Digging into the batter's box next is John Hicks. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Runners off for second.
No chance.
Third here. Oh, this is low and it won't be dug out.
Even if I caught that ball, it would have been no chance.
There and he's hit at second base with a stolen bag. Gets a
Yeah, see that animation? That hadn't been happening before. He jumped up immediately. So whoever said that there were new animations, I think that's correct. I think that's where it is too.
1 ball, no strike.
Thoughts so far? Brutal. I don't know what's wrong with Kevin, man. Kevin's got something wrong with him. We're not going to address that. I dove.
You're out.
This is just strange. Everything about this game is just strange. I changed all my settings basically. Hey, we're getting there. My first hit using pure analog in about 6 years. What year is it? No, 5 years. Hey, we get to keep a base runner with the lefty up next.
That's a ball.
Good take.
1 and 2.
What is that?
He's done a great job on the hill throughout this game. It's something to be proud of anytime you can pitch a good game in this,
No.
especially
He's out.
Alright, next inning we're going to Flick. And I think Flick also has like some directional stuff going on. Actually, I'm going to do one more wood stride because I want to see how much I can actually do like directional wise, because I've only been going straight up and down with the analog on the hitting side. So let me see if you can stride down and then like flick to the right or left. If that actually changes anything, I mean. Dirty pitch. Bad pitch. Alright. Let's see if we can waste him a little bit. Nice. Alright, last inning with the stride. I don't like that he has a lefty up. Did that do anything? Well, it kind of looks like it did. I did go to that side, so
No balls. 2 strikes.
I think it is doing something. Okay.
this guy's pitching really well in this one so far. You can just see he's awful confident attacking the strike zone and
Yeah, so the direction that I go, so I'm going straight down, but then the direction I go with the swing is where the PCI is going.
Oh, and 2.
Okay. We're getting close. Close to a big swing.
Hit hard to the right, but foul. Bases are empty, 1 man.
But it's weird because it's not directional. It's PCI. So, like, I'm thinking I'm striding down and then I'm trying to flick to the right so that he puts the ball to the right side, but it's actually the PCI is going on that side. So then I ended up pulling the PCI away from where I wanted. There's some strange swing feedback on this as well.
Yep, he's out.
Like, when I use PCI on zone, there's some weird swing feedback, but this has been the weirdest feedback I've seen. Like, the angles that the ball comes off the bat when you see it in the replay just doesn't make any sense.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Garcia has a read on it.
Well, we're far away from our 12-2 or 12-5 prediction, but this guy's not hitting, so we're at least in the game.
Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Garcia has a read on it. 2 gone. At the plate, High out and a single for
And when I'm trying to go straight up the middle with the analog, it goes all the way to the right.
2 balls, no strikes.
Two balls and a strike now. Now the 2-1 pitch. And it's fouled away.
Finally hit my spot, and it's a terrible pitch anyway.
2-2. Fouled off.
What I like about meter is, from a aesthetics, I guess, kind of standpoint, is that when you're hitting the yellow bar, that's actually your release point. Whereas when you're hitting the yellow bar here, it's just like he's still in his windup, and it doesn't really make sense. But that's a minor thing, not a big deal.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
This is line to left.
Should have gone to this method a long time ago.
For 3 games so far. So it's a leadoff knock to start out the inning as they'll try to claw back. And
Let's see what we can do here with a Brave. Does he have power against lefties or against righties? Yeah, against lefties. So let's try to put some runs on the board.
Yep,
Or not.
Take your base.
got him pretty good.
Comeback is on. Daniel Palka's the man. Let's go. Oh, just off the end of the bat.
Moving under it, Gerber. He makes the catch.
Who is Gerber?
Taking is the runner from second.
That was a pretty good play. That should have been out.
Fly out, so he's
We do have a runner on third with 1 out. So let's at least score 1 run. If we score 1 run for the next 3 innings, that's a tie game.
2 outs of this 7th inning.
Ooh. I was trying to go to right field.
23 years old. This is his first year at the big league level. Two to obviously
Should have gone to right field.
With 2 strikes and the runners at the corners, this is a big pitch coming up.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hope to either get a strikeout or a double play ball to help you get out of this.
Oh, goodness. Not again. Spazzed. We scored a run, though. Comeback is officially on. A lot of these White Sox players do need some boosts. Narvaez might get a boost because he's been super hot recently. And he has good contact. Like, he's always been a good contact hitter. But nobody knows who he is, so he may just never get the boost. That was awkward. Switch to buttons. All right. Wait, buttons for what? Like back to zone? Why is the right fielder playing this ball? Alright. Yeah, zone, okay. Should I do it in the 8th inning or the 9th inning? That's why you're a pinch hitter. What kind of reaction was that? Let's warm up a pitcher. Ooh, look at that saucy bullpen. Tyler Danish is a 55. 8th inning. Okay. That'd be so frustrating as a person like level 6. You're facing off a diamond player. Obviously, you don't know how good the person actually is. But then all of a sudden, they just like pop off in the 9th inning. That would be incredibly frustrating. I'm going to leave strike zone 2 on. Yeah. Buttons are the move. Zone's the move. Delmonico can swing the bat. I just need to get Abreu up in the 9th inning.
One ball, no strike.
Good enough. We can score this run with 1 out. All we need is a little ground ball. Just a little something. Tim Anderson, just please put the bat on the ball. Good enough. Score that, score that. It's a 1-run game. Moncada's got some power for righties as well. Not quite enough. Let's just hope this guy isn't doing the same thing, where all of a sudden he changes his settings and he's actually really good. Changeup has not been good for James Shields today. That's about as good as the release is going to get. I don't know if that's where the ball should have ended up, because that's the main thing, right? When people say pure analog versus meter, they always say that you can really, when you make a mistake, it's your own fault. But that pitch, like, I don't know, it seems like just as much RNG, randomness as meter. So I just don't envision myself ever going to pure analog. Let's see what we got. Unlucky for him. Thought that was 3 outs. Good play by Abreu. Alright, so we got Carlos Sanchez up. Then we got Abreu. Then we got Palka. Palka's the frickin' man. If he keeps a right-handed pitcher in, we're going to go yard. Slider, 2-seam, 4-seam, curveball. Why was he so slow out of the box? Iglesias is always going to make that play. Alright. Let's get Adam Engel at first base. Try to manufacture a run. Who else is fast? He's only 71, 87, 67. I think Charlie Tilson's faster than that. He did have a leg injury. If this goes extra inning, go Paul's pitching. Okay. I will definitely do that. Welcome to everybody who's just joining in, by the way. We're just having a fun little game. We're playing online rated for the first time all year. And we've been playing analog all game on both sides, which I usually use meter pitching and like zone with buttons for hitting. But we're just doing something crazy. We're using zone now because we're trying to win this game. Come on. All right. Yes. Good speed. All right, we got to stay out of the double play, which means Palka's going to come out. We're going to put in Lurie Garcia. It's not going to guarantee that he doesn't get a double play, but let's see what happens. Who's our catcher? John Hicks. That's a good jump. Alright, now he's got to bring the infield in. I just can't strike out. Oh, he's not bringing the infield in. Yes. Double yes. I think he thought I was going to come back to third base. Should I ground into a double play on purpose? I guess I didn't need to do it on purpose. Let's go to pulse pitching, boys. Pulse pitching time. We're going to have to switch around some of this defense as well. James Shields is going to continue to pitch. Alright. Pulse pitching. Apply. Substitutions. Adam Engel at first base. I do want him in the outfield. Nicky Delmonico plays first base. Let's put him right field. Put him in center. There we go. Pulse pitching time. What is that? I don't think I can do pulse pitching with a guy with low stamina and low control. Well, Delmonico was not going to make that play, so thank you, Garcia. Can we play a 3-inning game? What time is it? 4:12? Yeah, we can play a 3-inning game. How was that good? That wasn't even close. I don't know what this is. What is this? You and your pulse pitching. Venezuelan style. Alright, let's bring in a new pitcher and see if this pulse pitching actually does something with someone that's got some stamina. Apparently not. It's the same thing. What is this? Why is it so fast?
You've got a guy that throws a good two-seam fastball. You have to be ready for him to try to run it inside and jam you. Good job to lay off that.
I got the one out.
Surprised if we see it again.
So I used to play 2K, right? Why isn't he throwing the ball? I used to play MLB 2K on like Wii and on Xbox. And there was kind of a pulse pitching there, but it was much, much slower, and you actually have to get towards the very center of the baseball. So that was interesting, but it's different from this. Get there. Alright. We had 8 people in here a second ago, now we have like 3. That's cool. Nobody wants Fun Friday. Why is he so slow? I'm gonna turn it on PCI. I'm gonna turn it on. Oh, it's playing guarding the lines.
He's out.
Power swing. Well, guarding the lines saved me that time. Should I try to steal to third base? Oh man. GG. What a bummer of a game. We got 8 hits in the end. That's what we did. I told you. We just needed 1 run in those last 3 innings. And we got those 1 runs. Beasky Walker has messaged me. Let's see what he's gonna say. Great game. Good game, man. So apparently you can't go lower than 1500. Is that correct? Alright, King, let's play 3 innings. And we're going to play on Legend. Just kidding. Oh man. I still lost even when I went back to zone. I should have stayed with analog at that point. I just should have stayed with analog. You should try the 2 strikes game plan. It only works if the other person doesn't know that you're trying to do it. I mean, you could still do it, like, I guess by the time you get to the 2nd inning, the other person does know that you're doing the 2 strikes game plan. They just don't know how for how long. I just don't know, like, if I know from the get-go that he's trying to do 2 strikes, then I'm just going to feed him fastballs for the first 3 innings. Alright, let me try again. Oh my god. See if you get that one. Pitch to him like if I don't know. Maybe. We'll see if that even works. I haven't got James Shields or Bob Gibson, so let's see. Is it gonna be Jack Morris? Of course it's Jack Morris. I haven't gotten James Shields in like 2 weeks. I have yet to get Bob Gibson. I pitched Jack Morris like 4 times yesterday. And then like Don Sutton a couple times. Matt Latos a few times as well. But here we are. Let's see what you got for me after your practice session.
The count's 1-1.
Someone said the other day that they like to use directional for their leadoff hitter if they've got speed, so that they can just try to beat the ball into the ground. And I haven't tried it, but it sounds like an interesting method. Of course it doesn't always work, but it's possible. Does it feel like a back to meter? So much better. So much better. It's like natural. Analog was stressful. King Tomato is not doing 2 strikes, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh, you got a lefty on the mound. I'm gonna hit 5 home runs in a row. Almost. 47 home runs. Those are basically all on line too.
Counts 1-0.
Loving this dude's swing.
2 balls, no strikes.
Just missed it. I really need to get to the Albert Bell card, but there's just so much that I have to do for Babe Ruth. Like, I still haven't finished the left fielders and right fielders stats. And then after I do that, I have to get like 80 hits or whatever with Albert Bell. And then I still have to do like 300 innings with Babe Ruth or something like that. It's going to take forever. 300 innings can't be right, can it? Alright, well, I got no hits in that inning instead of 5 home runs in a row. King Tomato, you might just win this game. Have I won a game on stream yet? Oh yeah, I beat King Tomato the first time. But I have not played well today. Otherwise. There's a couple pitches. Yeah, I was not doing that with pure analog. Pure analog, I was just super worried about trying to get the pitch in the right spot and where the analog's going. With meter, it's just free flowing, stay in the zone, let the ball fly, trust your stuff. For me, just because I've practiced enough. It's just to get to the point where I am with meter, it would take forever. And then pulse pitching, I don't know how you do it, man. That was a wacky. Every time, man. Every time. Alright, I'm gonna play one ranked seasons game actually. Because I only have time for one more. At least we did get to play once today. But we'll have plenty of time. Oh, you're leaving for vacation actually. Yeah. What's your actual style of pitching? Yeah, I mean, your batting average isn't going to change after a friendly game. I see. First time I'm facing this Greinke card, I think. That's a pretty good squad. Let's see what this guy's record is. 483 and 413. That's a lot of games. Is this the only guy from England that plays this game? I need to work on my on-base percentage. If I just increased it by like 0.01, yeah, 0.01, I think that would be a big deal.
1-1.
25 and 75, yeah, man, just practice. What was that? Especially if you're playing zone, like that's the big thing for like the first half, just to get to 500, 600, 700. It's gotta be, you gotta make sure that you're putting the bat on the ball properly. On base 210, that's pretty good. So you're 60 points over. I think mine's only about 30 points over. So that's good. Because once you get your batting average up to like 200, then your on base percentage will be like 250, which is not too bad. Like you can win games with that. You can be at least 500 with that for sure. But I'd say, like, we talked about this with someone else as well. Just make sure you're hitting the hittable pitches. You don't have to do a ton to like when you're facing me, I can hit the corners and stuff and move the ball around, but a lot of times just at your rank, you got to make sure that you're hitting the mistake pitches first. Pitches down the middle, hanging breaking balls. You start with hitting those, and then from there you move up. Then you try to start using the PCI and hitting like outside pitches and stuff like that.
Off the plate, ball 1.
But there are professional hitters in the Major League Baseball that are only in the league because they are good at hitting mistakes. They're not people that work the pitcher like Miguel Cabrera or Manny Ramirez did. Try to set up the pitcher, I mean. But they're so good at hitting the mistake pitches that they can hit 250, 280 and stay in the league. I'm still in the mindset of the online rated game that we just played, so I keep forgetting like this game actually matters. Bad pitch, terrible pitch. Never want to throw that pitch to Griffey. Yeah, these catcher animations are looking nice. That's like the third one that I've gotten where the catcher really pounced on the ball. I have not been pitching good to Griffey recently. This guy seems pretty good for a 500 player. That means there's a weakness somewhere that we can exploit.
I got to count 1 and 2.
He might just be taking the 2 strikes. What do we want to do here? High fastball? He hit the slider last time. Okay. Yeah, I think I need to feed him some fastballs so that I can open up the breaking ball a little bit. Make him prove that he can hit the fastball first. Well, apparently he can. You the worst. I'm not totally sure if I needed to jump for that one, but I did. There's just a weird timing mechanism for jumping at the wall where if it's not robbing a home run, I don't think the hitter or the fielder doesn't realize that it's not trying to be a home run robbery, so something wacky going on there. I'll have to put more time into it to figure out exactly what's going on. But we're down 3-1, 3-0, so that's not good. I'm gonna guess this guy's pitching isn't great. My computer's still dead, so that's why I don't have a thumbnail again today.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only
Counts
down
1 and
by a
0.
couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Ooh, that felt good. Don't know what happened there. What is that?
1-1 home. Smoked on the ground up the middle. Gloved by Shaw.
Those are two good swings.
First will be in time, and they're
Two good swings. I think I might have been on top of that one, but the one before that should have been okay. He's going to his curveball, so let's make him throw something other than the curveball. That was a good swing too.
over to his left.
Which means we're going to have to make Cranky work a little bit. I have to stop swinging at the first pitch. Hands are off the controller. Let's make him throw 2 strikes. I mean, even if I swung at that ball, I would have grounded out just because that's what's going on right now. And there's a good pitch. I just need to make him throw pitches so I can figure out a pattern. If I can get to the 4th inning and have him throw like 50 pitches, then I'll have enough to go by so that I can actually like look for something and start hitting a certain pitch. Because a couple of those swings that inning, like the PCI placement was okay, but just with his per 9s or whatever, I guess the ratings did not go in my favor. So I got to make him tired and got to sit on some pitches, I think.
He'll be kicking himself tonight if he doesn't come up with a big knock. That pitch was a hittable location, and a hitter of this caliber usually doesn't let that go by.
Yikes. I feel like I hit a couple of home runs on that pitch with Schmidt, and then every time I see that pitch, I'm like, ooh, I can hit a home run with it, but then I end up like fouling it off. It's just those couple times that I hit the home run, it's been ingrained into my mind to make me think that I can hit it, but I can't. The last couple of days, Duke Snyder has been really good at going to left center, so that's where I'm looking to go right now. Low and away is where I'm looking right now, even if it's a curveball.
That's a very difficult pitch to throw, and particularly throw for strikes. Just missed that outside corner right there, but a good pitch and a tough take there by the hitter.
I got 2-1 the count.
Such a nasty curveball. It just floats and then it drops. Here's the pitch I wanted. It was a little bit low though, out of the zone. It was a good pitch. Now we gotta protect. Ooh. Why is this Cranky so nasty? High sliders are pretty brutal sometimes. Good pitch. So, yeah, we gotta make him work.
That's a ball.
1-1 the count. 1-1 home.
He's been mixing it up. He's been throwing sliders, but then he's also feeding that fastball down the middle
The count,
occasionally.
1 and 2.
So as the game goes on, I could look for that pitch a little bit more.
Gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Slider's killing me.
Now to the plate, the pitcher, Matt Whitcomb. Attempt to put the ball in play for a change.
A lot of people have been doing this to me. Last couple days is just fastball slider for the most part, and it's been pretty good for him. The golden rule of baseball is that if you have a perfect game, it will always be broken up by the pitcher. If not, then you actually have a chance.
Nope. That's inside.
Some people are still holding out hope for a new Alomar card, like last year's card, but there's no chance. He never had the big power year to actually give him enough power last year it was just like they were trying to compensate for the fact that they didn't have the 125 contact available, so they gave him more power, but he never really, truly had that kind of power. Or in a certain season, he never had like 80 power. He never had a season where he should be given 80 power for his card. So I wouldn't anticipate an Alomar card coming out like that. Could another second baseman come out? Sure. Like, I'd love to see Yoan Moncada just go off and then have a Player of the Month card. And then you'd have a switch hitting second baseman that was just a beast, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. He had his Player of the or Future Stars card last year, and it was a diamond, but it was still pretty bad. His swing was great, but the card itself was pretty bad. Wow. That just... it just took a right hook. Absolutely looked like a fat fastball until the last second. Oh. What did he throw me last time? A slider down the middle?
Ball one, no strike.
That's a good pitch for Griffey to hit, but turned the PCI the wrong direction. I was looking fastball again. Yep, just barely missing him. Underneath all of them. I'm not even trying to hit a home run, I'm just trying to hit line drives. But still missing him. What's up, JB Jiggy? What is that? This Griffey is just killing me. How's it going though? Thanks for stopping by. Rank seasons has not gone good for me today. Not good. We started off 4-0 on the season and then dropped 2 in a row and we're trailing again. So what's good is not much. Not much. I did beat King Tomato Head, so that was good. I don't know if he's still in the chat right now. I think he's lurking. Oh, there was a good pitch. That's brutal. Thanks, man. Whew. Let's see if we can get a ground ball. There we go. I was not looking. Something was tickling my leg. I think it was a cord of some kind. So I looked down as I was throwing to second base. I don't know what I was thinking. Muscle memory saved me. What's up with you, man? How's your Friday going? Alright. We're gonna take some pitches, I'm gonna drink some water, get hydrated, get zoned in. There's a changeup. He's still got a perfect game going. Heading home from work, nice, nice. What in the world is that? Because I can't move the PCI, right? Because if I move it a little bit, it's gonna jump to the end of the strike zone. So hopefully they fix that for next year. Go for a dual zone, exponential ramp, something like that. It just can't be linear like the way it is right now. I swung at that.
There you go.
Got lucky.
Another full count offering on its way. On high in the air.
If you guys are looking for a pitch to throw, sliders that are like middle low, not all the way low at the bottom of the zone, but pitches like that along the middle of the bottom two boxes, that pitch can be devastating.
Counts 1-0.
And if I had swung any later, it would have said late.
Strike two as he tried to check his swing.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Bases are empty, one man.
There we go.
Drive to center field.
Alright, all it takes is one swing just to start feeling good about it. Because generally games like this where I'm scoring 0 runs, I can feel good about having swung and hit line drives, just lining out or something like that. But this game I haven't even had good contact, so it's going to take a minute for me to get in the zone.
He's out.
Yeah, definitely, that's true. But it's too distracting to the point where I can't swing with it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
D-Rod.
Ball diving into the dirt, a swing and a miss. Hey, this offense needs to check themselves right now.
when someone's throwing a lot of pitches like they are right now, then I start moving the PCI around too much, and then I start messing up those easy swings. But when people are feeding the center of the zone, that's when I'm able to actually control the center of the zone. But I just have so much time invested into no PCI, that's fine. I mean, I made it to like 1,000 top 6 in ranked seasons last season, so I at least feel comfortable knowing that if I'm not playing well, not doing something well, that it's just a matter of time before I turn it back on. I hear what you're saying. But for me, it's distracting no matter what. Because I try it. You know, I try it like every month. I'm like, okay, it's finally time to turn the PCI back on, but it just doesn't work. It never works. And I don't know if I'm willing to put in... I don't know if I was to put in the time to actually get good with it. Is it worth the extra, like, what's my skill cap really going to be? Like, if I'm already capable of getting to the front page of the leaderboard, is it worth actually changing? But your points are true, and if people are watching in the chat, those are definitely some good tips for if you're trying to figure out what kind of PCI you're trying to use. Because I don't give the PCI advice to everybody. Like, it's not for everybody. Some people are just good at putting the PCI on the ball, and they can track the ball, like Radamis, who's in here as well. He can track the ball, and he can be disciplined even with the PCI on, which I just can't do. So I need to have an advantage somewhere, and I choose to have the advantage in tracking the baseball and being more disciplined,
Ball 1, no strike.
which I'm not when I'm on stream. But when I try to be, it's a lot easier without the PCI for me.
Did he go?
Yeah, that's another thing, the PCI feedback. So even when, because the PCI itself is not the barrel, right? Like the center of the PCI does not correlate to the barrel, or does not
Outside.
perfectly correlate, I should say. It does correlate, but it doesn't perfectly represent the barrel. So you could place it perfectly and still have a bad swing. So if I feel like I'm getting it close enough, it's probably good enough. Yeah, I think they still have some work to do on that. I think it's been better recently than it has been before. But they definitely still have some work to do on that. Alright. He threw some fat ones in that at bat. If I didn't get on base, that would have been frustrating. Good news is we got Immortals coming up. Pujols and then Griffey. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to control the center of the zone. Don't worry about that pitch. If he makes a mistake, I just need to hit it. 2-seamer. That was good enough. Man. That was just a good pitch. Those high sliders. Not up in the zone, but higher than the bottom of the zone is what I mean. Those are tough to hit. Well, after the first inning, we've been pitching pretty well, which is good. I've had a lot of trouble pitching in the first innings last couple of days. It just depends on if I can come back with my hitting. So after this inning, I'm going to take a look at what he's been throwing. I'll do it right now, actually. Pitcher analysis, Greinke. All my outs have been at the center of the plate. Hits towards the middle. Yeah, see, he's not throwing anything at the top or at the very bottom. Well, he is. I just taken a lot of pitches as well. Strike percentage, what? 29%? Is that right? 29% of my takes have been, or 29% of my takes have been balls. Strikes. I don't know what I'm saying. Wait for my pitch down the middle. Yeah, he's throwing a lot of stuff down the middle. But he's also throwing stuff low and in, I think. Let me take a look at what's the right-handed versus left-handed. So right-handed batters, he's throwing everything inside. Left-handed batters, all over the place. But I don't have to look for the top, and I don't have to look for the very bottom, I think. So you're right, just focus on the center of the plate. He's making enough mistakes that I should be putting some swings. Good swings together. Alright, let's do it. Can he make it? No, that's Schmidt. Schmidt's got the arm. It looked like it was going down the middle, but then it dipped a little bit more, I think.
Outside, that's a ball.
See how many of each pitch he's thrown as well. Lots of sliders, not many fastballs, curveball, changeup. Changeup he hasn't thrown for strikes. I really just need to look slider, I think. If I can look slider, that's all I need to do. Because I could look curveball, but he's got so much break on his curveball that it's really hard to pinpoint where it's going to land, unless I turn the PCI on. The slider, though, if I look for it, I can probably time it up pretty good. I didn't see the 2-seamer on there. Let me go back and see what the 2-seamer was. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Just looking for the slider. So he's throwing a lot of 2-seamers. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Comeback's on.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Counts
Curveball
1-0.
that time, not even close.
Let's see what he does. If he goes away from the slider or not.
As an offensive
I don't think he will.
far in this one, they haven't been able to crack the code of their opponent.
Get up.
But it's not
Nice.
like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball in the corners of the zone all
Now we got Piazza up.
Digging in once.
He can actually hit sliders.
One in, one out.
He's been weak for me, but
0-1.
I think we can do this.
Crush that ball. Now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes.
3 straight fastballs.
Palomar waits on it.
He knows Piazza cannot hit.
Standing in. Snyder full surgery.
If he tries to backdoor me the slider, it's going to be gone.
Ball.
And that one stayed too low.
Duke's been going to left center really well for me.
D-Rod.
Good pitch.
Missed 1-1.
Ball inside.
That one, 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, for some reason Piazza... Well, I think he can hit breaking balls in general. I just think he can't hit fastballs properly, unless it's down the middle. Diamond Piazza could hit anything. Well, actually, he could only hit breaking balls as well. But I've had good success hitting that curveball right there from Piazza. Those low and in curveballs. And then the sliders.
Hey. No balls, 2 strikes.
But I can't hit the fastball with him. Maybe it's because I'm always looking for the breaking ball when Piazza's at the plate. His swing feels a little bit long as well. That was such a good pitch. And he smacked it.
D-Rod.
Coming to the plate now. Piazza. 0-for-2 thus far. This is hit high in the air out toward left center.
That was close.
Snyder is there, and Piazza will shake his head. He's retired on this one.
Well, Chipper can hit that pitch. He's got a great swing on things in and off the plate. He's not taking a lot of pitches. Yep. But he had been cold for the majority of this game. Other than the first inning. And then now on that swing, but... Let's see. He's not swinging at like... Oh my god. I took my hand off too quick. I was going to say he wasn't swinging at the waist pitches, which I needed him to swing at. So we'll see. Swarm somebody up. What? Also, why did they call him one of the best contact hitters in the game? Why not just say... Yeah, I just tried pure analog pitching in a... What's it called? Online rated game. It did not go well. Actually, it was fine. I didn't feel comfortable with it. But yeah, that's like the go-to for everybody. Pure analog, they say it's where you can control, or when you make a mistake, it's your own fault, that kind of thing.
That's out.
So that's probably good, but I just did not feel it.
2-0.
Same thing as with like the PCI for me. But if it's working for you, that's awesome. I just don't know how much more I could improve by changing it. Yeah, I would imagine. He's not throwing sliders anymore. He's throwing me like 2 sliders since I hit a home run off of it. And there's a slider. This guy's got me all backwards. This is not a fun Friday, guys. Not fun at all. That was 3 outs. What the heck am I doing? What am I doing? Drew Storen is the GOAT. Hittable. There we go. There's that swinging at everything that you were talking about. Let's get him looking outside a little bit. Then I can throw him a backdoor slider. I mean, back foot slider. Or he could do that. Alright, cool, man. If you're playing ranked seasons, I was just going to ask if you're going to play ranked seasons tonight. But if you are, good luck. Have fun. Stay safe. You too, man. I'll be back on Monday. Probably streaming for like 10 days straight, so that'll be fun. And hopefully see you then. Well, Blake Trinan has been bad for everybody else, so it's going to be me for the first time hitting poorly against him. Or we could follow suit and just put some runs on the board. Wouldn't that be nice? Try to go to right field with a contact swing. Thanks, dude. See ya. Okay. Take some pitches. Swung at the 2 strikes. Oh man, that was weird. I don't know how to describe that. What the heck? Drop, please. Nope. Why? That's when you know when I know I'm slumping, because those pitches I usually hit into the hole. When I'm slumping, I hit it right at the third baseman.
I got the count 1 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
I blinked. I wasn't going to hit that even if it was down the middle. Oh, that was a bad luck game. It was a bad game. This is bad. Am I back to, oh wow. All the way back to wild card. I was trying to go like undefeated up to World Series. Or at least to Championship Series. That was real bad. What now? Now I go home. It's 5 o'clock Central Time, which means my ride is coming in about 20 minutes. And I gotta pack up. Let's see if anything fun happened here. I really want this card, kind of. 89-93 against lefties. Like, it's just so good. But it's not worth 200K. Oh well. What are you up to? Are you playing VR right now? Still playing or anything? Rank seasons maybe? I need to get this guy in a game on rookie so I can get some of those strikeouts. Let me take a look at that Carpenter card he was talking about. Yeah, he's got contact, but he's got no power. That's the thing. Keeping your BR run nice. 7-1. That's pretty good. Do you get a diamond? What's your... So is it still 3, 6, 9, 12, 20 or something like that? Or is it like 6, 12, 20, and a 15 or something like that? But yeah, this card has got nothing on the diamond. It's got no power. That's the big difference. Oh well. 3, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5. A lot of subs to work with. I could get somebody. Let's see what's going on in the relief pitcher scene. Andrew Miller, too expensive. Josh Hader. Carson Smith. I haven't even seen this card, but I usually don't pitch well with him. Carter Capps. I could get Eric Gagne. He's been pretty good for everybody, but we'll see. Edwin Diaz, he only throws 3 pitches. 12 and 20 year diamonds. Okay. That's pretty good. But that's going to conclude our stream today. I'm going to have a laptop that works on Monday. And I'm going to put together some videos as well. And we're going to stream. I'm going to hopefully do like a couple of 8-hour streams, which is going to be crazy. So that'll be fun. But I'll let you guys know. Hopefully put together a little schedule for the days that we're going to do stuff. That home run derby tournament I was talking about, that might be fun. But yeah, hopefully we get some more people in the chat, because you're carrying the chat for me. Hope you enjoyed anyway. As long as one person's in the chat, I'm good. I will continue to stream, so that's cool. But might be more fun for you if there's more people in the stream. Anyway, I will see you Monday. Thanks for coming by.